I mentioned Brad Turner of the LA Times. So BT, who does a phenomenal job. I'm working on trying to get BT on next week. I want to get him on Monday, so we'll keep you guys posted on that. But I'd love to have BT a part of the show so we can talk a little bit about the two Lakers-Clippers games that we're going to get over the weekend. BT got a chance to talk to Anthony Davis, and I'm going to read some of the quotes. So obviously, so much of the storyline. But here's the reality of Anthony Davis's world. AD's world is as simple as this. He was a Laker for 6 years. He helped them win an NBA championship. He's one of the best two-way players in the league. I think Laker fans, a lot of roller coasters with AD, frustration at times of his performance, frustration at times for his lack of availability, and then praising him a ton as well, because he'd also show you 3 out of 4 nights, 4 out of 5 nights. Yeah, I'm one of the best players in the world. So Anthony Davis's history with the Lakers, I don't think anybody's going to feel bitter about it. AD never wanted out of LA. He just, was caught in a predicament where the Lakers were clearly making a business decision that was going to help them today, but more importantly, was going to help them for the future. But not everybody really talked about Anthony Davis. All the chatter everywhere was about Luka. How does Luka feel? I can't believe Luka got traded. Luka looks shell-shocked. How's Luka going to perform against this team, that team, whatever the case is? Not really much has been talked about with Anthony Davis. Now, maybe part of that also has to do with the fact that, unfortunately for AD, when the trade happened, he was injured. Then he plays a little bit over a half, gets injured again. So we also haven't got a chance to watch Anthony Davis. So maybe it has a little bit to do with that, but I think it just has more to do with the bigger name was Luka, which says a lot about, obviously the star power that Luka has and the shock factor of Dallas trading Luka. Let me read you guys some quotes here from the interview, okay? I'm not going to get in. I mean, he talks a little bit about it was emotional for him as far as the tribute video, okay? Leave that at that. Here's where I want to get into. Here's what he says. He said, they wanted who they wanted. They did what they had to do. I don't know if they had to, but it's what they wanted to do. I moved on. I got a wife and kids to worry about, and I'm figuring out how I'm going to get them to Dallas and get adjusted to that. It's over with, and I'm moving on with my new team and what we got going on, okay? When it happened, I honestly didn't know shit. He's been my running mate for 6 years. He's talking about Colin LeBron. So the first thing I wanted to do was call him. Obviously, I know there's going to be a lot of political things in the front office when they talk to me. The front office has to do what it has to do, and obviously they're going to do what's best for the organization. So I don't know if I ever got the real about any of it. I don't know what's true or what's not coming from upstairs. So my thing is I'm going to go to my counterpart who I've been running with and see what's going on, get his reaction. And that's all it was. We had a conversation. That was it. Everybody's saying nobody knew and all that other shit. I just don't believe it. But hey, man, I'm past that. I'm ready to move forward with Dallas, try to get a championship with these guys. First off, getting back on the floor, getting ready to compete, all the emotions last night when it was just a shock. Okay, so what's Anthony Davis saying? I think Anthony Davis, the front office has to do what it has to do. Obviously, they're going to do what's best for the organization. So I don't know if I ever got the real about any of it. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop right there. And listen, I'm trying to have some consideration for Anthony Davis in this process as well, which it's been tough to do. I mean, I've also been sold on the, yeah, no, I get it. I understand. Yeah. Anthony Davis got a family and everything as well. But not really many people are talking about, and we all know this, not many people are really talking about the Anthony Davis portion of this. A lot of conversations have been about Luka. I don't know if Anthony Davis understands it. Or I'm sorry. I don't know if Anthony Davis is maybe buying the story that the Lakers are trying to sell him. Hey, we never wanted to shop you. That was never the consideration. This was something that this was something that the Dallas Mavericks approached on us. You were never available. We would never consider trading you. None of that stuff. I don't know if he buys any of that stuff, but I hope Anthony Davis just understands it. He doesn't have to buy it, but he should understand it. There's a reason why everyone was so shocked Luka was available. There's a reason why everyone was so confused that the Dallas Mavericks didn't at least all right. What do we got here? Still here? Everybody got me? Like my video went off there for a second. There's a reason why everybody, I think if you kind of look at this and you pay attention, there's a reason why the shock factor really didn't include AD's name a ton. But I think AD's got to at least understand they had a chance at Luka. Anthony Davis didn't get traded for nothing. I mean, Anthony Davis, I think we all know the value Anthony Davis has in the league. I don't think he needs to feel as if he got done dirty, even though he probably does. He probably says to himself, I won an NBA championship with this franchise. I thought they were going to hand me the keys to this franchise. Maybe Anthony Davis feels like in his mind and in the back of his head, he feels like, how can you consider trading me? But I hope he understands it. And you know what? The thing that I actually like about this article more than anything else, the thing I like about this article more than anything else, I do like that we finally got to see his perspective, because we really haven't got to see his perspective. I want to see his perspective. I'm going to play you guys one piece of sound here that I think a good piece of sound. I think it actually explains a lot as well. Jeanie was on with Rich Eisen on the Rich Eisen show. And I'm going to play this, and I think she makes a very, very good point of why this was kept in such secret. So let me just play this for you guys here so you guys have an idea from Jeanie's perspective.
In your world.
The conversation started a couple weeks before the trade was executed. And what was really important was Rob Pelinka, the general manager, and I, we did not want any part of it to leak out, because it's very disruptive to a team that's trying to focus on getting better.
We'll pause right here for a quick second. Imagine for a quick second, this comes out and it's public, and the Lakers end up not making a trade for Luka Doncic. The deal falls through, and everybody knows that Anthony Davis was about to get traded and didn't get traded. Just keep that in mind.
We have a rookie coach in JJ Redick, and the idea of blowing something up mid-season to make a trade like that, if it didn't go through, would have repercussions. So it was really, tight-lipped, and each step of the way was discussed, and we were able to make a deal that both sides were comfortable with.
Wow.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I think that tells the story that I'm trying to share with you guys, that at the end of the day, I get why it was so important for the Lakers and Dallas to not let any of this leak, right? I completely understand, because the way I look at it is, just imagine for a quick second here. Imagine that the Lakers, again, I think this is the most important thing to point out here. Imagine if the Lakers tried to trade Anthony Davis behind everybody's back, and then it didn't happen. It just very simply put, just everybody knows that the trade was supposed to happen, and it didn't happen. How does AD feel in that locker room? Do you now have to wait and get to the summer and probably start shopping Anthony Davis? Does Anthony Davis reach a point where he says, you know what, guys, I can't believe I almost got traded. You know what? Maybe my time is here done. Maybe my time is done here as well. And now the player that the Lakers were supposed to kind of build around once LeBron is gone, now all of a sudden you could lose AD. LeBron could be retiring, whatever the case is. the situation was very, very it was very discreet for a reason. Let's put it that way. It was very, very discreet for a reason. So it's the first time that I really got a chance to see that perspective, which was Anthony Davis's side of the story. And I get what he's saying, that, maybe he doesn't fully trust what the story that he's been told. But I hope that he at least understands he got traded for one of the best players in the world who's 25 years old. It's kind of a no-brainer from every front office that's out there. Now, whether you want to say, well, what's Luka going to be in 5 years? Is he going to take care of his conditioning? Is hookah and beer and drinking and all that stuff, is that part a real problem for Luka? Is he going to clean up his act once he comes to LA? We'll have to wait and see. But I also understand where Jeanie's coming from. It's like, no one could know about this. No one could find out about this, because the ripple effect it could have had on the Lakers, it could have had a real ripple effect for the Lakers moving forward. All right, if you enjoyed this clip and you want more, just subscribe to the channel. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the Sliwa Show. And then after every Lakers game, post-game show right here.